love factor this week. The love factor this week. And today I'm talking about today, about leading with love. You got to lead with love. The text, the talk, the takeaway. And it is John 4:12. John 4:12. And it says this: if we love one another, God lives in us, and his love is made complete in us. 1 John 4:12. If we love one another, God lives in us, and God's love is made complete in us. John is talking about love, the Johannine book, if you will. A little bit of seminary background here. Johannine school of thought is how John writes. And John tells us all about the fact that God is love, God is light. And he lets us know that if you are a part of God, then you have to have some love on the inside of you. And I have found that you cannot lead people unless you have love and you love people. Now, you can say, well, Bishop, I'm not a leader. Every believer, remember this, every believer is a leader. And ladies in particular, you struggle with seeing yourself many times as a leader, but you love the most. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about how I lead with love. Three things I want to share with you this morning, and that is this. The first thing, you have to internalize love. You have to internalize love. Matthew 22:39 says this. You have to love your neighbor, what? Come on, fill in the blank, as yourself. If you don't love yourself, you cannot love your neighbor. You can't love folk around you. But what I have found is this, especially ladies in particular, you oftentimes will love everybody else before you love yourself. And you become depleted. You turn inward and can't find anything left and wondering, oh man, I'm struggling, what have you. Could it be that you didn't start with loving yourself? Bishop, I do love myself. Do you love your hair? I do love myself. Now, I don't mind fake up. Everybody does a little fake up, little makeup. But do you love yourself to the point that you overdo it? Do you love yourself to the point that you can just be you and know that I love myself whether you love me or not? So the first thing, when it comes down to leading with love, leading your family, leading wherever you are, the first thing is you have to internalize love by loving yourself. Matthew tells us, Matthew 22:39 says that. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Second thing is inspect your love. Inspect your love. Paul says this to the church at Corinth. He says, examine yourself. Judge yourself so you won't be judged. Put yourself under the screen and check yourself out. You look at your love. What is the level of your love? Where is it? Is it on empty? Is it on half full? Is it three quarters? Is it full? Examine your love. Where is your love meter this morning? Examine your love. Because in order to examine your love, then you will know, here's the third thing. Then you involve your love. You cannot involve your love until you examine your love to see the level of your love, the meter of your love, so that you can now know that I have internalized the love and now I can lead with love. You can't lead anybody anywhere, to include your family, to include the folk on your job, to include even externally. Look beyond. If you look at our world today, you look at that, the fact that we have a president that does not love us. Clearly, he loves himself. And I don't mean from a point of view as I pointed in number one. I'm saying from a selfish, narcissistic point of view. That's the text, that's the talk. What's your takeaway this morning? Your takeaway this morning is love is not love until you give it away. Hey, love is not love until you give it away. But you got to internalize it, you got to examine it, and then you have to involve somebody else. Hey, the Lord be with you today. May his face shine upon you, give you peace. Share the manna. Let's expand the manna fam. Let's expand the manna fam. God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow morning with more.